Hi, I forgot to take off the mute.
And we're back.
And we're back. So, welcome to the Bloom Show, brought to you by New Bloom Solutions and Above All Flowers. We have the honor of being here at Next Gen, and we have the honor of being with the person that dreamt it all up, Nicole. So, Nicole, say hi again.
Hi again.
Sorry about that. This is live, so sorry for we got a little angry face emoticons.
Oh, come on.
So,
Come
so
on.
sorry about the angry face emoticons, but it is a live show, so things like this happen.
Things happen,
And it's our
guys.
first episode today.
Done with it.
So tell us, we'll start another way, but tell us about you.
Okay, so I'm Nicole Palazzo. I am from City Line Florist in Trumbull, Connecticut. We have a retail flower shop. I'm fourth generation at my family's flower shop, but I'm fifth generation within the floral industry. And that's who I am. True definition of a flower child. Grew up literally in the family florist, and I love everything about the floral industry and about my family shop, City Line.
And how long have you been involved with SAF?
SAF. So my first conference, which was a pretty rad conference to go to, was SAF in Maui, which I think was like 6 or 7, maybe 8 years ago.
Okay.
I'm not really sure, but let's say 8 years.
And how did the idea for SAF Next Gen come up for you?
So it's a great story. I grew up my whole life going to conferences with my mom and my grandfather. It was like Teleflora RTI, tech conferences, Connecticut Floral Association conferences, whatever it may be. I loved seeing my mom have all these amazing friends that she would see once a year, but then these connections that she had from this meeting conference would last an entire year worth of like, hey, we need a new flower vendor in Holland, or hey, where can we get new prom wristlets, forms or whatever. At my first conference in Maui, it was wonderful and mind-blowing, and SAF is incredible, but there was no one my age to hang out with, to feel comfortable around. So it was in classes, and people would ask questions and I would know the answer, but I was too intimidated to answer in front of, I always say this, but like the Dr. Charles Ingram, like the Dr. Lofiniums and the big shops in the world didn't want to overspeak or underspeak. So my mom and I love SAF. We started going to Profit Blast. We love everything that they do. And it actually was born at SAF Profit Blast in Louisville.
Okay.
And I got to sit down with Kate Penn, CEO of SAF, and Laura Weaver, and just had a conversation. I was like, this is what we need. We need more young people. We need to have a group. And they listened, and everything just organically, gradually happened. Now we're having this.
Flourish into this.
Now, yeah.
And tell us the results so far. So how many people have been here, are here right now?
Okay, so we have, I was told that a lot of people actually literally just walked in today and registered, but as far as a couple days ago, we were over 160 people.
160 people.
Huge.
Congratulations.
Yeah. All over, I forget how many states, but all over the U.S. We have South America representation. We have some people from Holland. All over West Coast, East Coast. So 160, super pumped, and not just retail focused.
That's what I was about to say, that I saw many different sectors and wholesale and everybody communicating, talking together and interacting, which is super
all
cool.
about, right? So a lot of times I think people think that SAF can be a little bit more retail focused and retail heavy, but this is very different, and the task force wanted to make sure that this was going to be very inclusive to the entire industry, that was going to be open to growers, to mass market wholesalers, tech people, whatever. Kind of, I'm very lucky. I'm on, as you know, the SAF Retail Council, and we were having a conversation in our class, and we were just saying that in the industry as a whole, there's a lack of communication between the whole thing, really, but like the retailers stick with the retailers, the growers at a conference or with the growers and the wholesalers. We just all wanted to everyone come together and learn about everyone's moving pieces within the industry and just be educated.
And that allows more communication and information and just
and a better industry from
and camaraderie.
Exactly.
if I'm saying the word right.
100%.
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
And what do people expect? What happened yesterday? Tell us a little bit about yesterday, and then what should people expect today, and what are the events that you have that is lined up for the guests?
Okay, so yesterday was really fun. That was our kickoff. Very unique little aspect to the SAF conferences. Usually we're not on little field trips. Everything is at a hotel, and usually you don't see anything off the property when you go to SAF, and most conventions really. This one we have tours literally going on all the time. So last night, to answer your question, we were at Continental Flowers.
Yep.
Eric Fernandez graciously hosted us at his place, and Syndicate was an amazing sponsor. We had dinner and drinks and
great Cuban food.
Oh my god, the Cuban food was bomb.
Great Cuban food.
Yeah,
It was
that
awesome.
rice was crazy.
Yeah.
And we had a chopped event, so we really want like everyone to just network and make friends and meet people. So we had a chopped style event. Derek Woodruff was the MC, did a fantastic job.
He did. It was very exciting. Good energy.
We had 5 designated designers who were the coaches, but didn't touch a flower, and they all had to make 3 arrangements, but they literally grabbed random people
in
the crowd. Some people who had 0 design skills, and they had to make arrangements, and that was fun.
Yeah, and I saw Claudia from Fresh Fair.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know what to do.
Hysterical.
So it was funny
and
a lot of fun.
A lot of people were rooting for her.
And
it was hot though.
It was hot.
It was hot. Miami, you are hot.
But not as hot as other places, you know.
Okay.
But it's awesome. And then in the beginning of the event, we all sat down around some tables and we kind of introduced the other person. So that was kind of cool. That was a lot of laughs.
I'm already on the party mode. Yeah. So we sat down all together in a room, and everyone introduced. First, you had to converse with your table, your round tables, get to know each other, and then the person on the right or left of you had to introduce you, and you had to say a fun fact. So it was really fun and very got everyone involved.
My fun fact was Danny Sanchez from South Florals used to be Jeffrey the giraffe at Toys R Us. I thought that was hilarious. and I asked him, I said, you're little, you're not the height. He goes, it was a long neck.
Oh my god, I know. Hysterical.
He's a funny guy.
They were really good fun facts.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun facts. And then share with us the sponsors. Who have been your sponsors? I know that was, a big cookie to eat, to direct people to support it for the first time.
Yeah.
Which again, 160 people is a great number for a first time event. Especially because the wholesalers are sending their employees, right? So tell us about the sponsors and how can people be more involved next year?
So to go on what you're first saying, so 160 people, that's huge for a first conference. Again, we pulled this conference out of thin air. We made a brand new conference happen, especially for the Next Gen. I'm sure a lot of people were skeptical, what's this conference going to look like? It's never happened. It's the first one, whatever. So we're so happy with that 160 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for everyone believing in us and sending not just the, sons and daughters of the owners, but a lot of people sent their staff.
Yes.
That's just their staff and not blood. So that's really cool. And then our sponsors, thank you for helping. I know you were a great part of that, so appreciate it for you guys. The sponsors are amazing. Again, we could never do this without having the sponsorship, and everyone also had to take a leap of faith and invest literally into this. Sponsors like Syndicate Sales, Fresh Fair, you guys, thank you. Teleflora, everyone, Choice Flowers, Jet Fresh, everyone has been amazing sponsoring.
And there's many more that you're not mentioning, but there's a lot of them.
There's literally a never-ending list.
And how can they become more involved next year?
Okay, so how can a sponsor be more involved?
Yeah, who do they reach out to? Are you doing this again next year?
That's the $1 million question. I'm saying, hell yeah, we are. Let's see what SAF says after the end of today. But yeah, I think it's great. Someone came up to us yesterday and they were like, no, you guys have to have 2 a year. one on the West Coast, one on the East Coast. We're like, oh boy, that's a lot. But I like the enthusiasm. But yeah, so to Sheila Santiago from SAF. SAF, awesome. If you guys don't know SAF, like in detail who they are, it's an amazing association, but they have amazing staff members and they all have their job and they all do their own thing. So Sheila is the sponsorship lady that you reach out to all over the website. But yeah, there's all different levels of sponsorship. I think it's so cool that, once you sponsor an event with SAF, you always have the first right of refusal for next year, which is pretty cool. And then, it's just a great way to get your name out, and whatever sponsorship level that you want to do, they really make it happen. They work with you, and
they certainly do. That's what's really cool as well. That they'll give them a budget and they'll work with it, especially because this is the first event and they want to interest. So I know this wasn't on the questions, but what does Next Gen mean to you?
Oh boy, okay. So Next Gen, really means everything in the industry to me. It's so important for our industry to have Next Gen. I know that's like such a cliche answer, but like our industry in the last few years has been through it. Like the changes, the transportation, the flower shortage, the lack of people to work even right now. That's the hardest part. In any industry, segment of the industry, everyone's saying it's so hard to find employees. We're hiring people off the street who don't have any floral industry knowledge, and they're staying for a couple weeks or a couple months, and it's just a stepping stone to their next job. So having Next Gen Live, having this group is really to just make like career paths, right, for everyone to stay, to get excited about being in the floral industry, to meet new people, be excited to want to see your friends that you met from Arkansas next year. I just think it's super important if we want this industry to succeed and last. I think like, at least in the design world, I think it is a little bit more of a the designers are a dying breed. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
So I think if we want this to see the industry just keep blooming, we need to get some support for the younger crew.
And I agree 100%. I think it's acting upon these opportunities to help support the next generation is very important. So congratulations to you for doing it. So now a tradition I've made on the show is the fun questions.
Okay.
They're a little silly, but it's really to get to know people on another level versus just the business aspect of us. So I'm going to ask them fast.
All right.
What's your favorite food?
Lasagna.
Lasagna. She made that one up.
Literally made that up. I hate lasagna.
What's your favorite flower?
Oh boy, that's an easy one. I love Empress Tortilla.
Okay, cool. That's a specific one.
Yeah.
Cat, dog, or plants?
Dog. 100% dog. Cats, whatever.
Favorite song?
Last Dance.
Last Dance. Favorite color?
Green.
Favorite place in the whole wide world?
Whoa, that's a wild one. Hotel Del.
There you go. All right, that's a little plug in for fun in the sun. And then favorite sports team?
Padres. Let's go Padres.
All right, I thought you were gonna say the Chargers. I used to have a Chargers.
Oh, come on, they left us.
What, oh yeah, boom.
Never.
What is the most interesting job you've ever had?
Interesting job. Probably gonna just go. I've pretty much worked out my family business my entire life.
All right.
Like interesting thing I've done is starting from the ground up, doing water tubes and cutting oasis.
All right, so a little bit everything inside of the flower industry. Cool. And then tell us something about you that we do not know. Surprise us.
Okay. Fun fact of the day is that I travel the world and I love to go to like music festivals, like electronic dance music, and see DJs all over.
That's what someone said yesterday. You like DJs.
Yeah. You both that one up.
You kind of messed that one up, but
big samples.
But that's, again, Nicole, thank you so much for today. But I wanted to say that that's an example of the environment here. It's very casual, getting to know each other, really getting to know each other through cross sectors. So you've created a cool environment here with some great events. I know what's happening tonight?
Okay.
I don't know if you could give it a cat out of the bag yet, right? Because it's a
I've been
surprise.
told I have to keep it a surprise
Okay.
every hour on the hour, but there's a really fun surprise. It's gonna be outdoors and it's gonna be cool.
And at what time is it going to be? Do you know that?
I'm not really sure.
All right. I'm thinking it's around 6, 7 or something or 8.
Yeah,
And we might be going live from there.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to tune in and see what happened or what it's about.
Behind the scenes, no better way to promote it. It's gonna be so cool that
Yeah.
you're doing that behind the scenes.
It'll be
Everyone
fun.
at home can see what it's like. Some people, it's their first conference. They've never been to a conference
Exactly.
before, so
Yeah.
it's so cool that you're gonna be doing
And
that.
there's other companies that are just curious what's happening. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good insight. So try to tune in around 8 o'clock or so, and you can find us live on LinkedIn or YouTube channel, and just check it out. Any final words, Nicole?
Thank you so much for doing this and
Thank you.
promoting the next gen flower power.
That's it. And congratulations to you. It's been awesome. It's been awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for your time today, and make sure to tune in. We're gonna have a few episodes. There's calendars out there, so there's a few episodes coming after this one. I believe there's 3:30 p.m. on 11, and let me see. Let me give you the details here. Sorry, but we have Adam. Did you get it? Let me see.
Yeah, you've got a lot of really great people that you're speaking to today.
9 a.m., 11:15, 12 p.m., and 3:30 p.m. And what we're doing, what's really cool is that everybody that's kind of doing a presentation, we picked a couple of them. We're going to be talking about their presentations. They're also going to be giving some tips as well. For example, they're not that we'll be talking about photography. So we wanted to give a real little behind the scenes. And then DWF is bringing on 3 of their employees to talk about their experience here, so we can get it from their perspective as well. So
Amazing.
thank you, Nicole, again. Thank you so much. Give me a second. Let me say bye to everybody. Bye, everybody. You want to say bye, Nicole?
Bye.
Bye. Take care. Thank you for your time.